Hey everyone, welcome back to some more MTG Arena. Today we are going to be playing a little bit of Historic. Going back to my favorite deck to play in Historic, and that's Mizzet Reborn. Um, Carried me to top 500 in Mythic last season, which was great. Made a couple revisions to the deck, but before we get to the deck itself, the changes. Let's talk about this 15 card sideboard. And now my math's not the best in the world, but I count 14 cards. 2 plus 3, we have 5, 7, 8, plus 3, 11, 12, 13, 14. I noticed this actually when I was exporting my deck to a deck builder, and it kept registering 14 cards, and I was baffled as to why. I thought maybe it was importing a card, but this is just in fact an arena bug that I have submitted, which is what I was doing prior to this video. It's just kind of frustrating that I can't have a 15th card in there. It would probably be my extinction event to run a total of 4, or maybe a Clothis or something like that. Either way, the fact that I can only run 14 cards in my sideboard when I'm allowed 15 is kind of bogus. I have attempted to add a card, so it says 16 and then go into it, but then it says it's invalid, obviously, because you can't have 16 cards. So it's not just the numerical representation that's incorrect. It just won't let you have that 15th card. So hopefully this is a bug that they fix, because I would like to have an additional card in my sideboard as I'm allowed to play the game. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, this is pretty similar to a list that Mengucci runs. However, the difference is I run Tyrant Scorn in here. I think it's just a pretty useful card all around against most of the matchups you're going to play in Historic. We can easily board it out if it's not. I haven't been playing too much Historic, so I'm not sure how much is all changed due to the new set and the rotations. So I wanna see kind of how it goes, but I've played a few games with this and the deck still feels good. We did add Yasharn, being able to grab a basic forest and plains, put them in our hand, great. We typically have issues trying to find white mana, it seems, in this deck anyway, so this is just an added bonus. Plus the passive ability, which players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities, is pretty relevant in certain matchups. So, and it's just a 4/4 that gets us 2 mana, so it's a pretty good card to have overall. Sideboard consists still of Thoughtseize, Grafdigger's Cage. They're good. Dovin's Veto for any control matchups. It's just great counter magic that we have access to thanks to white. A second Kaya instead of a Clothis. They essentially do the same thing, but she has the upside of being able to -5. Still gains its life, still exiles things. It can also hit little 1-drops and stuff, which is great against Witch's Oven, things like that. 3 Knight of Autumn is kind of staple. Another extinction event for the sweeper. Vona's been good tech for us as well. And Vraska Relic Seeker, who I've been a big fan of. She can come in and just kind of take over the game, and then the -10 becomes very relevant very quickly. We're not always putting a lot of pressure on our opponent, where we can just kind of win the game. Oftentimes, if you're doing like this kind of stuff unchecked, your opponent's just going to concede because they can't really keep up with you. But in the event that they can't, and you're boarding out into which Vraska is relevant, coming in and just being able to either take down target artifact, creature, enchantment, which are all relevant things, or just nuking their life total once so we can just get in for something and win the game is relevant too. Anyway, so without further delay, we're going to jump into this and play with our 14 card sideboard, and hopefully we get some wins. The deck is just super fun and I enjoy it. It's got a lot going on, and sometimes you just pull out some sneaky wins with it. Alright, into round number 1. Yes, we take the play. Sweepers, Uros, things that we like. We have lands to play them, even better. Okay, this is going to be fun. We most likely are still going to Uro and then just use Extinction Event. I'm guessing they don't have a Mayhem Devil. Unless they really just need that land, which is understandable. If we get lucky, the opponent does play a Mayhem Devil here, actually. Then we can just get 2 of their creatures with Extinction Event. Dang, that's good. Opponent looks like they're missing their 3rd land. That's what they're looking for right now. They found it with the passage. At least it's a tap land. And buys us some more time to do the things that we need to do. We have white, we have black. We're going to play Kaya here and just get rid of that Witch's Oven. And that's why we like her a bit better than Clothis. She can do things like that against this deck. Alright, at least we have an answer for Vraska as well. Oh no. Alright, and now we should have Uro next turn. See, if we do this, we still have double green, double blue. So opponent could have like a claim the firstborn here or something, but we're in a decent enough position where if they want to take it, they don't have any sack outlets. As I say that, they have drop a Corvold. Oh, they're starting to get the things. Best case scenario, they drop the Mayhem Devil, and then we can... I mean, they're not going to. We have a Clarion in our hand. The upside here is we'll probably Deafening Clarion for 3 and gain life as well. We can swing in for 12, putting the opponent at 2. Gaining, 12 life in the process. So we want opponent to cast something, and then we can Tyrant, scoring the core volt back to his hand. Not allowing them to cast him since it costs 5. So cat's fine. Excellent. That was a really good draw for us. We have a lot of hate in this deck for this matchup, just because it's the most common and also the most frustrating matchup that we play against. So typically I always cut out Uros here. Uro's good, obviously, and it can win us the game, but it's always open to like claim the firstborn and stuff, and they just generally have like ways to take care of it. And it's not that great, and Grafdigger's Cage is more impactful against them. then it is worth having a Uru in here. So just like shutting them off from their game plan while we win with everything else is just totally fine. That being said, Rampage is a little less good. Everything else seems pretty fine though. Could bring in a Vona, but there we are. Sometimes they leave one Uro in because it's still a good card. You know, paying 3 mana to draw a card, gain 3 life, and put a land on the battlefield is pretty unfair. Sure. Sometimes I would petition to just like slam a Grafdigger's Cage against this deck on one so you don't get thought seized, but at the same time we have redundancy here, so it's perfectly fine. Nice. We're kind of drawing the things that we need. I think I'm just going to play Knight of Autumn as a 4/3. Since we have a, well, I don't know, we have a Maelstrom Pulse, and getting rid of that Trail of Crumbs is pretty big. Alright. So I just need a Greenland. Oh, which I don't have. Or white, black. Yeah. That works. And that way we still have a Maelstrom Pulse. And Knight of Autumn can block Woe Strider pretty easily. We have Grafdigger's Cage to prevent Woe Strider from coming back. I need a blue land or green land. We'll do this. We're going to draw 2, or draw a card. Nice. Kai is a pretty good draw. We can exile that Woe Strider, gain some life, or if they play, you know, a Witch's Oven or Cat or something like that, we can get rid of those as well, and we have a blocker with Krasis to take care of the Woe Strider that's currently on the battlefield. Yeah, we'll take that. All right. We're doing things. could take out the Trail of Crumbs with the Maelstrom Pulse, but there's other targets that we're going to want to hit. Like Korzov or whatever, he just like take over the game for us. Or for the opponent, I should say. Wow, what a top deck. Let's see, we have all of our colors that we need, mostly. Actually, I think I just want, what do you have? Blue, blue. I want a green source. Okay. Sure. This, top checking that second Maelstrom Pulse is nice. This turn I don't mind if they do +2 and they draw a card. I wanted to get a board, or a body on board. Plus if we draw a Niv Mizzet, being able to cast it for free with Gigantha is pretty nice. So just gonna hang back here. We have a Vraska that can come out next turn. I should have attacked there actually. Opponent can't do anything there to kill it. But I mean, to be fair, they'll probably just chump block with a 1/1 and sack it anyway, so just keeping back a blocker seems good. Alright, and that's how you beat the sacrifice decks. You just play a lot better cards that shut down their deck. Round 1 went great. Let's go on to round number 2. Hopefully for the same success with our 14 card sideboard. Good job, Wizards. Here we go. beer and pizza. Both things I like. Yep, seems keepable. Downside is we don't have any blue mana. So maybe we mulligan here. No, I'm going to trust that we draw a blue source. I'm going to trust the deck. That's not a blue source. I had hopes and dreams. Oh, we're playing the mono brown deck. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, especially without the ramp. If we were able to get to Mizzet early or something, possibly, but maybe Thought Erasure can at least do something here. But we have to hit a blue mana fast, otherwise the opponent's just gonna win, doing their thing. Alright, there's a blue mana. It's not as fast as I wanted, but it's a blue mana. So if opponent doesn't go off next turn, as they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We gotta do this. Wow, what a hand. How much mana do they have? Do we need that land? No. We need answers. I didn't take Ulamog here because though him putting being able to exile 2 permanents if he's able to get there sucks. I at least have an answer for him with Extinction Event. But unless I find like another Thought Erasure or something, we don't have an answer for Ugin. Okay, so they're gonna have Ugin, so we need to find that. That's not an Ugin answer. So we're just gonna go ahead and drop Niv. Find what we need. Clarion's not going to do anything. So Ugin comes down -5. Go to 4. Pretty much over. I mean, I could throw out a Niv again, but then he's just going to attack with both creatures and I lose. I can Extinction Event, but to what end is the question here. Okay. Yeah, opponent's got this. Okay. Get these Thoughtseize. These Clarions are not good. Oh, I guess that's not terrible, but Anger's Rampage is fine. Night of Autumn seems fine. Vona seems fine. Chevil's no good. Kaya's not good. I don't need the Scarab God here. I just go to one event. Yasharn is cuttable. I like the fact that it grabs me 2 lands that I need. Yeah, we'll just cut Yasharn here. I could cut the other Extinction Event, but I like having at least a single one in the deck. We do have like Maelstrom Pulse, which takes care of all their artifact stuff, but ideally we shouldn't do too bad if we can just draw the cards that we need to draw. Yeah. So we're just going to grab a Swamp and go with this deck. Or this hand. We can hopefully surveil our way to some more lands, so... Let's take Golos for now. There's a land that we need. And grab a green with that for Uro. Slow down the ramp a little bit. Alright, good, we hit another land. Just want to make sure we keep hitting those land drops. Maybe we get punished here. Yeah, card is fucking insane. So we're not going to play our Uro here. We're going to hold up Dovin's Veto. Oh no, we can't hold a veto. I just totally spaced out on that one. So it's probably game here, unless we draw into some good stuff. We're gonna jam this out. It'll force him to -5 on Ugin. But we pretty much lost this game. Maybe. Just maybe there's a chance. Oh, no. No chance. This deck's pretty nuts. I think it's a bit absurd, but pretty nuts. Yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, we get 2 turns before they get to just like nuke us out. But I mean, well, actually we have 1 turn. They're gonna attack with Ulamog for 12 and then +3 damage to our face with Ugin. Crazy. I hate that matchup. It's the first time I played it with this deck. I played it with other decks, but that deck in general is just crazy. So maybe we'll make a video about playing some Brown Town. Alright, and let's go to our 3rd round for the day. 1-1. Let's close out 2-1. Round 3, here we come. We have to grind our way back up to Mythic. Yeah, I love how much they drop you down after every season. we play this, we'll shock in the Hallowed Fountain and drop a Growth Spiral. We're actually going to Growth Spiral now while the opponent's tapped out. Actually, red, blue, blue, white, red, blue. Can wait. We just wanted to ensure that we hit that auto land. Opponent could have Dispute. Okay, Growth Spiral. So we went with both Fabled Passages because we want to be able to crack and bring back Uro. If we hit another land, we can cast a third Uro. Oh no, I thought I had an extra land. We can't cast a third Uro. I thought it had one additional land drop still. So we'll pass through here, let the opponent play their turn. There we go. Extinction Event gets rid of the Scarab God. Okay. Got ahead of our opponent there, stayed ahead. So they were playing their straight Sultai mix here. Like Kai is okay. Gets rid of Uro, which isn't terrible. Tyrant Scorn's not terrible here. Dodges removal. I don't think one Extinction Event's fine. We don't need any Clarions. We don't need Cheville. Scarab God is fine. We want to bring in our Thoughtseize, our Vito. I assume opponent's going to board out most of their removal, so we could bring in some like Knight of Autumns to have some pressure on board. I think Anger's Rampage is okay. It gets rid of their Planeswalkers, so the Nisses that we have to deal with are a very real thing. I don't think Tyrant Scorn's worth keeping, though. Vona can be okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep that in. It just dodges the removal for like Niv Mizzet and things like we can get good value out of it. Plus it can kill their Uro. So we have options that we can do. That's not a die card, and the rest of the options in there aren't something that I entirely need. So we'll run with this. Yeah, so pretty similar to last time here. We're just going to play Fabled Passage on 1 and grab an island and then put a swamp. We might get turn 1 Thoughtseize, which changes things too. But either, yeah, no matter what, we need an island here, so. Opponent's most likely going to grow Spiral. They could be holding up a Mystical Dispute or something, which, sure, that's something that they're going to do. They're going to do it, so. Just making me wait, that's fine. Yeah, seems fine. Seems fine. No way here. I mean, opponent, we could try to jam Uro next turn and let him use their Essence Scatter on it, so we can try to clear the way for Vona, which is a totally reasonable play. I don't think I care about the negate. The eliminate I don't really care about. It's either the Essence Scatter or the Pulse. But I think Pulse is better. So we'll take the Pulse. We're going to keep that Scarab God up here. Had I known Scarab God was coming, I probably would have taken the Essence Scatter. Okay, got opponent. Didn't even really have to do Niv Mizzet-y things this time around. So we get there 2-1 today. Big fan of the deck. I think it's still very good. I still think it's very fun. You can definitely tweak the deck and try out a bunch of different cards and just go nuts with it. So there'll definitely be more Niv Mizzet videos coming. I think it's a really good deck to also try to climb our way through the ranks. Sometimes you just get some pretty straightforward wins. God, this card sucks. Get some pretty straightforward wins just by playing Niv Mizzet People Scoop, so there's the amount of free win value that you get as you climb. Hope you enjoy the content. If you have any changes to the deck or suggestions or things that you're playing, feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll have a link to the deck in the description if you'd like to play it out. And until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.